Okay, so another class on modal verbs, but now we're looking at the other three aspects. We did modal verbs in the simple aspect in the previous class, and in this class we're doing the other three aspects: continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. I think this is the best way to arrange it in your head. So this box actually applies most of the time for continuous, for perfect, and for perfect continuous. Now, what I mean is that all three of these aspects are most often used for past speculation. And for past speculation, now I admit there's a little bit of future in here, down here, that we will look at right here, but the rest of the board is actually past speculation. And I also admit that should is not speculation, it's criticism of the past, and that's why it's just in brackets here. But for speculation, please, and I'm just talking about past speculation with these three aspects, please only use must, may, might, could, and can't. And this is just like the present speculation with be. Must be, may, might, could be, and can't be. And look, this is for continuous, you've got a be here as well. I mean, you always say he must be French, or he might be French, or he can't be French. You never say he mustn't be French. Well, if you do, you're wrong, you're incorrect. And you shouldn't say he couldn't be French. I suppose that one sounds a little bit better to me. He couldn't be French, but you put it in the present usually. He can't be French. That's much more common. You might hear people use that occasionally, but that's much more common. So these are the ones you want to use when you're speculating. I must admit that we do use should or shouldn't informally with this be and ing when we're not criticizing, but when we're talking about expectations. So he should be arriving in a few minutes, something like that. He should be arriving in a few minutes. That's an expectation, and yes, we do use it like that. I'd say it's quite informal though, but still is something I want you to know about. And yes, it sounds very natural if you say, oh, he should be arriving in a few minutes. You know, he must be arriving in a few minutes sounds odd to me. It sounds a little bit odd. It's normally he should be arriving in a few minutes. So we use these guys here to speculate about events that might be happening now, with continuous, I mean. Yeah, so for example, Jack might be reading in the garden now. Cecil might be lying on the sofa.